Richie Fisher.
Yes, sir.
Here from the East Coast.
Georgia.
Georgia. It was New York last time.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I went from Brooklyn to Long Island to New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And the cold weather got me.
So you came out. You want to work on. You specifically were asking about the spin because I mean you've been doing this forever. You.
Yeah.
I mean I hate to.
Oh, that's okay.
You're 75. I mean, I think it's incredible. I hope I'm still trying to get out there and do stuff. But I mean, you rode with some of the legends, guys that I've read about.
Yeah.
That I saw a few of them towards the end of their career, but I mean, you were right there with them all. So.
Yeah. The reason why I called you, I wanted to come out and visit with you. Naturally, definitely. Right. You know, but you can never stop learning.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. You can never stop learning. So I was curious and interested in finding out the new things are going on, how you're training, how people train these guys. Because I can see the difference, and everybody very well can see it. Because years ago, like I said before, when we were riding, we had drips and drabs of finite work, you know? But now everything is together. So I says, I know Matt knows something. I gotta find out for what Matt and tell me some of these secrets, you know?
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Because I wanted to find out about getting the horses collected and keeping that position, that form with the neck and head consistently when you're showing. Through the walk, through the jog, through the lope, through the stops, through the spins and everything.
Well, since you asked specifically about the spin, well, I'll show you right now. I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna have that magical answer that just, this is what it is. Yeah. All I can, one thing is, I know that I think things have evolved to where we're just demanding more softness out of the whole body than what we used to. You know, we always worked on it, but now it just seems like you almost feel like a nag sometimes because you're just always on it, you know, and it's pressure release. It's the same stuff that you know. But I mean, a lot of using my legs and it's just doing it over and over, just the repetition of I ask soft, then when he doesn't give there, I mean, then we just go through the same process of, I don't think it's anything that you don't know.
I think what it was years ago, we had it soft in certain spots.
What you got soft what you needed to get the job done.
Right, now we needed everything soft and correct.
I don't know when it happened, but now, you know, I mean, it's like everything. It's like NFL athletes now are bigger and stronger, and you know, you got NFL guys doing yoga and Pilates, stuff that you'd never even think to even think about years ago. But I think it's just, you know, it's the nature of competition, right? You want to win, you got to keep asking for more. But so I'm constantly going back and forth between just, you know, keeping it simple, just steer, and when I ask him to go to move. So I first got to have, you know, I still got to have that around and around and around.
Yeah.
Whoa. And this horse is exceptional. He's probably one of the best spinning horses I have in the barn. He's just extremely natural. Yeah. But I got to have that for me, with all I can tell you is what I do. Right. I have to first have simple, just black and white, just left and right. You know, they got to move off my leg, but just get off of that neck rein. I find myself now doing a lot more out here, more lifting, and I feel like it's probably the angle of that bit. It comes straight up, and I just feel like when I get them light here, it's almost as if like those withers kind of roll over and the front legs go back. Because to get that speed, you've got to have that inside foot stepping here. And it's almost an illusion. I don't know that they're spinning any faster, but the distance is shorter. So they're getting right. So I find myself doing a lot here. You know, other than that base that I told you, just neck reining, a lot right here where I use both legs and drive them forward. And I keep that body pretty straight. And then I'll come into that turn. And if I feel like they're kind of getting down on their front end, I'll lift them like this, same way as outside, and tap with both legs even. Like right here, I'm feeling his left rib cage sticking out. So I'm kicking that. But if I felt that barrel going in, I'd use the inside leg and I hold up and actually use both legs at times, which is something I've never used to do.
What you showed me today was excellent.
Yeah, that's like I was telling you. I'm always, I'm a student of the game. I love sports, all sports. Of course, I love the horses. That's what I do for a living. But I'm always curious. You wish you could go in a time machine and go, all right, well, those great horses that were winning.
Yeah.
What are the traits? What did you feel? And like we were talking, I think it's got to be the same sort of feel.
Yeah, right.
You had to be thinking the same thing.
It's basically like we've got these horses now where before we got by with just a high school education on these horses. They had their GEDs. Now these horses got, they got master's degrees in this stuff, so they can handle the multitasking. So, if I got in here, you see he's going around and around, and I go to lift, and I felt him start ducking and diving and hesitating, I'd back off and I'd go just back to this again, of just go around and around, whoa, until they start to figure that out. But you get most of that done out here. Because if he doesn't understand what this means out of the spin, you got no chance in it. And I'm not trying to, I don't want to try to get in a big fight with him because I don't want him worried. I just sit and I hold him, it's simple. I hold my hands up when his head comes up, I bang with those legs till he drops, and then release, and it just feels like they start, that body compresses. Now then in that turn, the next thing that'll happen at times, you'll get them real straight, Richie. Come on in, Chuck. You get them real straight, and they'll get to banging their feet, and they get too straight. When you get that, then you got to go back and you got to bend them. Then I'll go in and I'll grab that rein, and then you can see that inside front foot physically, it steps back. I can see it. So I'll grab them here and then use a little leg, because they're gonna get way bent, and then the other thing that'll happen if you do too much of that, the hind end starts moving too much. But you're constantly, what I love is, I want that here. Like I'll show you, he's good on the right, the left he's not quite as good. So I first go back and make sure he goes around and around, which that's pretty good. Then I'll go, like see there, when he goes and fumbles, I don't move my hands. I just kind of I'm rolling that spur, and I've got a dull spur on because I really don't want to hurt him. I just want him there. I just want him to start figuring out how to balance his body. And when I do this, that feels like I pull them back on their hocks too. And see, he's being a little stiff, so he just goes like this. What I want is for him to figure out how to get soft, get on those hocks, and stay like that. So a little more outside rein, and then use that outside leg. Pretty good. That's pretty good. What it looks to me like what might help her is to bring her out of that turn, jog her, and get after that rib cage out here. Okay. Because I think then you're not making the turn the spot where she's getting in the most trouble. Kind of irritate her outside that spin, work on that frame, and I think it's going to make her want to really go to that spin even more. But I think you need to hold her up, and now just she wants to go in that spin. Yeah. Don't let her go in though, not yet. Just play that little game. We don't want to antagonize her. No. Because there you go. There it is. And then I take her out like right away. There you go. Soon as she goes to get bent again or get that rib cage hung out, I'd ask her once in that spin, and then I'd say, okay, honey, let's go outside and work on it. So I'll come out here, I'll knock that back in, and at the same time I'm making her, she's starting to go, man, Richie, I'd really rather spin than have you irritate me. And I'll say, no, you're gonna eat your vegetables, okay, that feels good. And then I'll say, all right. Yes. And then if she's good, don't pick on her. Yeah, leave her alone. Right. Really nice. Yee.
That is better.
Well, hey, well, thanks again. You know,
Well, thank you.
thanks for coming by, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll keep after it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I
Thanks.
appreciate it.